Remember, if you comment the secret code, you get $50. No joke. Today, I've got a professional pocket player in the house. This is Salam, and he's ranked number 10 in Masterball.
Today I'm going to build a Master Ball ranked deck for him, and we're going to get him a 9-game win streak. So basically, we're going to be putting together a Palkia deck. The core of it is Palkia, Manaphy with Vaporeon. And the idea is simple. You build up as many energies as you can so you can spam those 150 damage attacks.
What's your win rate on this?
So far in ranked, recently, like the past 30 games, I've had like a 80%, 90% win rate with this deck.
And that's at Masterball, so that's insane.
I wasn't even using this deck up until Great Ball.
Yeah.
Because Pokeball is pretty like simple. It's pretty easy. I started using it during Great Ball because I noticed that there was everybody was using Darkrai decks. And that's the amazing thing about this deck is it matches up so well into Darkrai. Specifically the Darkrai Giratina deck, which we've seen is the meta deck
That
right
is
now.
the top meta deck right now.
So this deck, I've maybe lost one battle against
What makes
that deck.
Darkrai Giratina so good?
Darkrai Giratina is it's an amazing deck because basically you can stack energies with the Giratina while you're getting the passive damage with Darkrai, and within three turns you'll be able to deal either 130 damage or 80 with the Darkrai. So, and with the Darkrai damage, combine that with Giratina's 130, that's a guaranteed 150. Add red to that, that's a guaranteed 170. So,
But can't
so
you get
EX.
unlucky and just not get the right cards? Like, isn't that like...
It's pretty rare because they're typically only running Giratina with Darkrai and Druddigon, so it's like you have a very low chance to have a bad start, because if you start with all you need for a good start is Darkrai and a Giratina.
Is it possible to even have a deck without EXs these days? It's like impossible.
It is,
right?
yeah.
Really?
I mean, you've probably seen it. It's the Rampardos deck. It's like one of the, if not the strongest deck in the game. And specifically because you're not using EXs, it makes it stronger.
Yeah, Rampardos is insane. Only one energy for how much damage?
It's 130.
That's
130.
crazy.
It's pretty insane.
So I guess that's how like the game kind of balanced out the meta, right? They made it so that there's certain decks that just let you stack energy and build up for those big attacks, but for fighting there's no real energy build up. So I guess to make up for that, they did Rampardos, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know what they were thinking with that card, because stacked with Lucario's,
Oh my god,
the potential damage with a red is 190.
that's
so
insane. That can even beat a Gyarados, which is wild. The only thing that can't beat is I guess the Charizard,
a
right?
Charizard or a Gyarados with a cape attached. So we're just gonna add a Misty, and the last card. Oh, okay, I see. You're actually missing a Palkia, so I can trade you one.
Oh,
if they have
really?
extras.
But they make way. Like, I think it was the number one.
Now we can add the last card, which is a Palkia.
Yeah.
And another thing about this Palkia deck is I've also favored to the retreating cards. So you'll see I have 2 Leafs as well as a dire hit. What is it called? An X speed.
Retreat.
The
card?
1 retreat cost.
Oh, okay.
And that's specifically because
For Manaphy?
you wanna increase the percentage chance of having Manaphy on that first energy turn as high as possible.
Okay.
So so having 3 out of 20 instead of 2 out of 20, that actually makes a
big difference.
good difference, just statistically. So that's the idea. You want to maximize your statistics.
Can it work without Manaphy? Like if you don't start with Manaphy, is it just done, or can you still win?
You can still win. It's tough. It depends on the situation. It depends on who you're fighting.
Yeah.
But because of those Aritas
Yeah.
and the giant capes, that helps you survive for longer. So it can almost like stall until you get Manaphy, and usually by that time you'll already have retreat cards ready. So you can always send in the Manaphy. So this is the full deck. You guys can see it right here. We have 2 Palkias, 2 Manaphys, 2 Vaporeons, and 2 Eevees. And then the X speed, the Pokeballs, the giant capes, of course the Oaks, 1 Misty, not 2. You can actually, it's up to you. You can interchange the Misty with the red, a red if you want.
Yeah.
I prefer the Misty, just that element of chance that can help you. It
Yeah,
can win you games early.
true.
And then of course 2 Leafs and 2
It's
Aritas.
impossible to have a deck without Oak, right? Like that's just
Yeah,
necessary.
it's not possible. Um,
And Pokeballs as well, I guess.
I think the only ones I've seen is the deck that's Articuno with nothing else. The
Oh
two
yeah,
Articunos,
yeah.
and they just run every supporter card. Should we get into our first rank battle?
Let's do it. Let's get
Okay.
it. I think I'm pretty low ranked right now, so hopefully
Okay.
I'll be.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you haven't even hit Pokeball yet.
Yeah.
So okay. So this first one, I'm 90% sure this is a bot. His name is William, and he's
Yeah.
level 9.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
noticed this when I started.
A lot of bot
There
players.
was bots like they move instantly. You guys probably experienced this. If I have my ideal start right, which is a Manaphy and a Palkia,
Yeah.
I will absolutely put them down turn 1, just
Okay.
because it's worth not having them switch that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You run the risk of something like a Sabrina, but a lot of the time, especially
They'll save that
if
for
you
later.
have a retreat card,
Yeah.
it's a no brainer.
Yeah.
And look, you can tell this is a bot because he's using dark energies. He has 3 different Pokemon types.
Well, this is
here.
an easy start to our win streak, right?
I guess so. Yeah,
Maybe I'll use this deck and I'll get to Master Ball too. Maybe I'll take up your number 10 spot.
we'll see about that. If you guys haven't hit Ultra Ball yet, you're gonna really love these win streaks because they're gonna stack up points. Once you get to, I think the highest amount of bonus points you can get from winning streaks is 12,
Hmm.
which is more than just winning a battle, which is 10. So you're gonna want those win streaks because it's gonna save you a lot of time, save you a lot of games.
Wait, so in Ultra Ball, you're saying there's no win streak bonus?
Oh yeah, yeah. Once you hit Ultra Ball, you
Oh.
say goodbye to that. Like yeah, there's no more win streak bonus.
I want them to add like a win streak, like to show, because I feel like I've had like a 10 win streak or more than that before, but I wish they would save it somewhere in the stats, like the biggest streak you've ever had.
They should. They really should. I'm sure they will add more statistics.
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
With this new update, they added the battle record. So, well, like the recent 30 battles,
Yeah,
which is nice.
that is nice.
So this game we're going first. We didn't start with a Manaphy. We started with Palkia,
Yeah.
but starting with Palkia is not bad. You get a guaranteed 30 damage with
Oh,
one
yeah.
energy.
Yeah, that's the good thing about
It's a strong
Palkia.
card on its own. People underestimate it. It's
Yeah.
not bad to lead with Palkia.
That's true. I mean, like, other than Farfetch'd, I think the most damage you can do is 30 damage with one energy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that already
Well,
makes
there's
Palkia.
also Skarmory. Skarmory
Oh,
with
yeah.
a giant tool with a tool attached to.
Skarmory's
this
deck
weapon.
is good, but unfortunately, I don't think it stacks up against the other metas.
Yeah, you rarely see Skarmories. If you start with a Pokeball and an Oak, you
Yeah.
always run the Pokeball first.
Yeah, you want to maximize how many Pokemon you get.
Exactly. Not just that. Let's say you run the Oak first, then you run the risk of getting another Pokeball and a basic Pokemon. Now you have a wasted card.
Yeah.
And you're gonna cycle through your deck slower.
So
Um,
does the kittens help with the win streak?
Yeah, they definitely do. It's like it's a supporter card. I personally love the 3-stage Pokemon.
Okay.
But like you said, they take so much investment. You have to build the entire deck around them,
Yeah.
and you have to prioritize pulling cards. So a lot of time you run Pokemon Communications, but that's taking up slots that could other cards could have.
Is this another bot or what is this one?
This might, I think this is a real person.
What level are they?
I'm not sure, but they usually with the bots is they use random energies and their energies never match up with the Pokemon they're using. That's what
Okay.
I've noticed.
I hate when people just walk away and then just turn it off and you have to wait for the game to end.
Yeah, that's
It
the
takes
worst.
like what 2 minutes? You're just sitting there you're like just end the game, just resign.
Exactly. Yeah, that's when you can tell they're salty is when they just leave the game running.
So does it take a lot of strategy and thinking while playing?
I mean, at this rank, no, not really. Once you hit like Ultra Ball, yeah, you're gonna need to focus because you have to think. It's kind of like chess. You have to think of every possible angle they could hit you from. So right here, I'm just gonna retreat this Palkia because
And are you gonna get to rank 1 anytime soon?
we're definitely gunning for it. We'll see. I think so. I'll definitely get there, but the competition is fierce, man.
Well, I saw an ad, and I'm not gonna say what the app is unless they sponsor us. But I saw an ad on Reddit for an app where it was basically letting people find the trade. So it's like you could
Oh,
so card you need, what card you would trade for, you set it up and you'd find somebody and then you can trade with people. I'm so happy they added a rank because it was like it really was starting to get boring for me.
yeah, yeah. It definitely gives more purpose to the game. But we have a very strong start. We have we started with Manaphy, Palkia, and an Eevee. We haven't hit the Vaporeon yet, but just this alone, we're gonna run this Misty turn one, see what we get. If we don't get anything, it doesn't matter, right? The tails, that's fine. Just giving that, having that potential chance uh, of energies is it's worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
But like I said, you can always switch that out with red if you hate chance.
The only reason I don't like using Misty is because it's like for me, it feels like it's 80% of the times tails for me.
I'm not actually I'm not a huge fan of Misty, but there's games where Misty will pay off. Like
Yeah.
you'll see it pay off.
But do you
You'll,
get a lot of heads? Do you think
honest,
it's actually 50% of the time for you?
it feels like it's not 50%, but I honestly think it might just be our own internal biases, uh, making us think that. Um, what is this guy doing? I'm so confused. This is a bot. Yeah, his name. This is another bot
What's his
battle.
name?
His name is Bob.
Bob. That's like the OG bot.
Exactly.
You might as well name it bot. Why Bob?
So look, we're gonna run through these bots easily. But basically, yeah. What were we saying?
Misty.
Yeah, Misty. I don't think they're rigging the statistics. Like a lot of the time, coin flips feel like they are, but I think we notice those tails a lot more than we remember the heads. Also, the reason you never want to give up your mana fee, you can afford to lose your Palkia,
Yeah.
which makes a massive difference. Anyone that uses a lot of EXs, they know being able to use both EXs is a huge advantage,
True.
and you can always transfer those energies too. So you can switch out. You don't have to worry about energy management. My issues with Gyarados is, well, one, like, why would you run it instead of Palkia? Because it's a two-stage Pokemon. So you're gonna have to evolve that Magikarp. It makes it makes it take longer, and you have a lower chance of getting it early, set up early. And the other issue I have with it is Magikarp has 30 HP. That's like the lowest HP
Yeah,
card
that's
you're gonna
true.
see. It can get one shot by a lot of one stage Pokemon. We are facing Mew. Mew is an issue for Palkia.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Just 3 energy with the same damage.
3 energy, and look, keep in mind Palkia, it discards water energies. So
Oh.
Mew's not even using water energies.
Oh no
So
way.
it doesn't discard anything to worry about anything else.
One of the things is the psychic decks. They added so many cards where you could get all you could finish that deck so quick because
Oh yeah, the mystical slab.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It almost feels bad playing these guys because
They're fighting a Masterball deck in
our
Pokeball.
only supporter. We're just gonna see what happens. Can we get an energy here?
You might get four. Oh,
And okay, so it's a tails. That's fine. That's fine.
that's the usual with Misty. But you put the energy on the Eevee.
I put the energy on the Eevee just because I don't want the Palkia in just yet,
Okay.
and I want to see if I can get any damage with this. Um, because this is not a wasted energy. This energy, by the time I get by the stack 4 energies,
Yeah.
there's a high chance of I'll have Vaporeon.
Okay.
So it's not a wasted energy. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go long term. So we're gonna switch into Manaphy. I mean into Eevee.
Okay, and just use it like a shield.
And we're gonna have it as a shield. Just stall for that one turn.
Yeah.
Um, there's a number of cards we can get in this situation, and none of them would be bad. For example, we could get an Arita, a Leaf. None of those cards are bad in this situation. So they're running a Gallade deck, which means we have time. They haven't set up their Gallade just yet. There's a number of things that can happen here. So number one, we're gonna put our Giant Cape on our damaged Palkia
Yeah.
just to avoid it can't get one shot by Sudowoodo.
Yeah.
We're gonna stack second energy, retreat this Palkia back into Manaphy. And yes, we give up 2 energy in that situation, but we get that 2 energy back.
Yeah.
and we stall another turn. So we're just gonna stack more energies. We're gonna stack energies on the fresh Palkia,
Yeah.
and
I think it's impossible to have Sabrina and Cyrus in the deck, so I think at least that threat is gone.
yeah, exactly. We're gonna see what happens here. So okay, so this is actually nice. So right here, we pulled Irida. So now you're gonna see how Irida can pay off. We're just gonna go ahead and run it. This is gonna heal all like a lot of that damage we took. Now Eevee's back to full HP. Palkia is back at 110, and Manaphy's full HP. So we're able to just keep stacking energies, and that's ideal for us right here.
It is pretty
Um,
crazy how Irida heals everyone who has a water energy.
exactly, yeah, and that's why it synergizes with this deck so well.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna keep stacking energies. We basically just have to hang on until we get a Vaporeon, and then, I mean, we win at that at that point.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so we pulled an Oak. Hopefully we can get that Vaporeon. Um, we pulled 2 Leafs. We really don't want to lose a point here, just because we really want both our Palkias to be able to be used. Because if you guys know Gallade, Gallade does more damage based on how many energies you're holding.
True.
Palkia, the fact that it loses energies is actually helpful against Gallade,
Oh,
because it
true.
means they can't do as much damage. We're just gonna go take that first point. They're most likely gonna put in Sudowoodo,
Yeah.
but that's fine for us. That it'll take 3 turns for them to kill
Yeah.
our Palkia, and even if they kill our Palkia, it's not really an issue. We
Yeah.
have our second one ready. Okay, so we finally got our Vaporeon. So in this situation, since they definitely have their Gallade ready next turn, they got their Carlia. They have a very high chance. Oh, did your phone just die? Oh,
I mean, we'll count this win. The phone running out of charge is not really an issue with the deck, right?
yeah, we were winning that. We had enough energy stacked to get enough kills.
Fine. We'll count it as a win because it was a winning position, and but it shows the survivability of that deck, regardless.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have a great start, but ouch, ow, yo, it's poking my neck.
Just here on the ground. There you go.
He's got all types of energies. We end up, stacking enough energies, and then easily, we just take the win with Palkia. And then we finished up with Vaporeon. You always got to keep in mind you can also attack with Vaporeon. And then on to the next guy.
So that was the 6th win.
Yeah, so this is the 7th battle. This guy was a little bit better. We again start with Manaphy. We have Palkia and Eevee. It's another pretty decent start. And he's using Dondozo. I'm not sure why he's using Dondozo.
Yeah,
Dondozo is not a very good card.
I was really had high hopes for it. I wish they made it into a good card because it should be because it needs 2 things.
But bonus damage with the partner would be a nice ability. In its current state, it's just it's unusable. In my opinion, it's it might be the worst card in the game. This is almost the ideal start. We have Manaphy, Palkia, Eevee. We have Vaporeon in the hand. He's just gonna stack energies on his what is it called, Wug Trio.
Would you say if you had this start, it's impossible for you to lose?
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty impossible to lose here. There's really not much they can do. Once you have 7 total energies, it's very hard to lose. So the reason I put a giant cape on Manaphy is because Wug Trio does energy. It does damage in multiples of 50. So that just increases the Manaphy's survivability. It can't die from 50 damage hit. Why I'm spreading out the energies and I'm not concentrating them. Just in case we lose anything, it won't be a big hit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
To our energy pool. Yeah, he goes with the Wug Trio. He does his he attacks with Wug Trio. But he actually gets a pretty unfavorable outcome. He does 100 to Palkia, 50 to Manaphy, and he can't kill anything.
So he's like the new Dragonite.
Exactly, yeah. Dragonite's replacement. And then here I think he left the game.
Yeah.
He realized there's no way he could win.
7 wins now?
That's 7 wins now. So we're gonna get right into the 8th battle. We started out with Manaphy. Another decent start. So we have Eevee, Palkia on the bench. Oh, we got Vaporeon as well. And we got the Giant Capes. It's always nice to have them. The deck he's using here, it's a Meowscarada with the Executor. And this is actually a bad matchup for us here.
Okay.
Because Meowscarada is it's a huge threat to Palkia. That 130 damage.
Yeah.
And they're almost always carrying that red. And red is gonna be a 150 damage. That's gonna one shot a Palkia without a cape. So this is a threat. And even if you get rid of that Meowscarada, you're only getting 1 point.
Yeah.
And
So it's pretty good we got the cape here, at least in the start.
exactly. We ended up switching in Palkia early. I just wanted to get any chance of them having Meowscarada. I basically didn't want them to set Meowscarada. Because if I kept in Manaphy here, well, Manaphy would have died, and you really don't want to give up a point in these kind of situations. And if he kills Manaphy, and all I can really attack with is Palkia, he's going to have a huge point advantage.
Yeah.
He does also have Executor. EX can be an issue with the 160 HP. I can't one-shot it. Yeah, I decided to throw in the second Palkia, just to have it on the field. Keep in mind, he hasn't taken a single point yet. I attack here just because there's no reason not to. It's really the only move I could do. Right here, I have enough energies to finish it. His only move here was to switch in the Executor. And he sets up red. He wins the coin flip, of course.
Yeah. We always get tails, they always get heads, right?
Yeah.
This is my account.
You just have to factor that in. So now I have enough energies to hit the Executor. What actually happens is he actually quits the match. He concedes the match. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll say this is the 8th battle. He's using steel type energies. I was guessing he's going to start with Dialga. He had a really unconventional deck. I've never seen this deck. He's using Jigglypuff. You don't see that a lot. I personally love the card. It's Wigglytuff. It has an ability. It heals 20 damage every turn.
Oh, okay. Just for itself?
For the active position
Pokemon.
It can do it once a turn. I put the cape on Manaphy, just keeping in mind that Wigglytuff, it does do 50 damage. So with that giant cape and the healing, I basically guarantee another turn for Manaphy to live. I'm just stacking energies on Palkia basically. And then he reveals what deck he's using. He's using the Tinkaton deck. It can actually be a threat. It has a potential 160 damage with a guaranteed 80. Yeah, he ends up getting the Tinkaton ready. We took out the Jigglypuff because we had enough energy to spare. This actually came down to a coin flip. He lost the coin flip. He only did 80. But I believe what I ended up doing here, since he didn't take any points from me yet, I could afford to lose this Palkia. I had the next Palkia on the bench, and he didn't heal at all, so I just finished his Tinkaton. It had 30 HP left. Listen, you guys might think that 30 damage on Palkia isn't very useful, but single energy 30 damage, it can come in clutch. I do the Misty just
to see. We wanted to see if we can get a single heads, but no, no heads.
No heads. We ended that with Palkia.
I think if this was your account, you probably got like 5 heads there.
Yeah. I've run into people, they got 9 heads in a row.
That's the last battle. Level 23.
So we started off with Manaphy. He's using the meta deck. So he's using Mewtwo with Giratina.
They got pretty lucky, by the way. They're level 23 and they got all the right cards.
Oh, yeah, for sure, yeah. And Mewtwo's not easy to get. Like, those Genetic Apex rates are not easy. And these are from 3 different packs. We started off with the conventional start. Manaphy, Palkia, and Eevee. He has a good start. He stacks an energy on the Mewtwo. It was unfortunate we didn't get a Giant Cape here. Just because Giant Cape would guarantee our Manaphy survives. If he had the Dawn there, he could have taken our Manaphy early, and that would have been very bad. Once again, try the Misty. See, heads or tails, and it's tails. Course. I was debating what to do here. I believe I ended up keeping in Manaphy. Just went for energies, basically. If we lose Manaphy here, which we most likely will, he's most likely going to attack with Mewtwo next turn. But that also means he can't stack in another energy on Giratina. So it's actually favorable for us here for him to kill our Manaphy. He ends up attacking with Mewtwo. He KOs our Manaphy, but now we've got a Palkia with 4 energies. We're going to end up killing his Mewtwo. That does take us to 130 HP. That's in range to get KO'd by Giratina. But remember, because he didn't stack that energy, he can't attack us next turn. He ends up, for some reason, he ends up putting in Mew I don't know. I'm not really sure why he did that. Here, I actually ended up switching in Manaphy. The reason I did that was because there's really no reason to keep in Palkia. He only has a single point on us. So whether we lose his Manaphy or not, doesn't really change it because we're still going to end up putting in Palkia.
Yeah.
So I decided to just stack up energies. Why would I let my Palkia take damage?
It gives you a guaranteed win.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, he's going to attack with his Giratina, even though, that doesn't really do anything. He will heal his Giratina up to 150. But the interesting thing is here, even if he used a giant cape, he would still lose because Giratina does 20 damage to itself, so it set itself back to 150. He ends up attacking. We end up switching it in the Palkia. We do the 150 damage, and then we win. So yeah, that was our ninth win.
Or 10.
9 or 10.
We'll have a counter up there. But
yeah, not bad.
It shows Masterball rank plays in Pokeball.
Yeah.
He gets me another rank up here. And we're rank 2 in Pokeball now. And I'm gonna, in my off time, I'm gonna keep using this deck and see how I can go. Maybe I'll take his spot in number 1.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll compete for that spot.
But yeah, you guys definitely try this deck out. I think it's like very strong right now, especially in this meta.
Yeah, it's either this deck or the Mewtwo Giratina. It's one of the two is the best. I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like you were saying, this might perform better because it's good against Darkrais, right?
Yeah, you're gonna notice a lot of Darkrai decks.
Once you go up the ranks.
Like so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only hard matchups it's gonna be Meowscarada and I would say Rampardos, but I mean, Rampardos is a good matchup for everything.
Yeah,
So.
true. Yeah, so subscribe. We're gonna make more stuff like this, and like the video and comment whatever you want to see.